Welcome again to Streaming Chunks Volume 3, a podcast about all things IPTV, OTT, and DVB. I'm Ivan, and here's my co-host, Domagoj.
Hi guys, welcome.
Hi, Domagoj. Okay, so today we're going to deep dive into the world of OTT and IPTV backend services and highlight the key points that make these services a success. Think of a backend system as the engine of an OTT or IPTV platform, powering the seamless streaming experience for users.
Yes, indeed. Backend services play a crucial role in managing and delivering a seamless streaming experience to users. Ivan, did you know that the global OTT market is projected to reach more than $300 billion by 2025? That's actually an annual growth of 16.7%.
Well, actually, there's been quite a few researchers, and maybe numbers differ from research to research, but all of them agree and show that the growth is still going to keep quite an impressive rate annually. So yes, I can imagine the future of OTT is still a bright one. And with such rapid growth, it becomes essential to understand the role of backend services in this market. In preparation for the podcast, I was reading some Conviva research, and did you know that 37% of users abandon a video after experiencing just one interruption?
37%. Wow, that's a staggering number. Uh, I think that's why a reliable backend system is crucial. Because from the technical perspective, I think backend should be scalable. It should be capable of handling large number of concurrent users and, of course, offer high flexibility. Uh, According to the Frost and Sullivan, the ability to scale is the most crucial factor in a backend system success in general.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. I mean, on bad services with lousy backend, the only thing you'll get is the frustration triggered by buffering and interruptions. Well, that's where a strong backend system comes in and handles that with ease, one would say. But yes, definitely, you need a perfectly functioning engine in order for the service to appear seamless and to provide a premium user experience.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Ivan, what would you say is other important aspect of a good backend in the streaming services?
Well, I would say it's probably the ability to analyze user behavior and provide personalized
Hmm.
recommendations. As you may know, I talk about personalization and what the streaming service can provide on a personal level for each viewer,
Mm,
and because I think that's something that really sets a good streaming service from apart from other either regular services or actually bad ones. I definitely agree that probably the ability to analyze the user behavior and provide personalized recommendations is uh, something that's really also important to add for a good streaming service. And I would point out a prime example of this to be most famous streaming service today, and I'm talking about obviously about Netflix. I still remember the days when I used to get really annoyed with their algorithm recommending shows that didn't interest me, and it still tends to happen today, but it's much better than it used to be. Also, studies by Statista show that personalized recommendations lead to high user engagement and retention rates.
yeah, yeah. I think that the personalization is essential. But on the other side, I think it's equally important to provide a seamless user experience across devices. What do you think?
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's it's a precondition to have a good streaming
Mm,
service.
mm.
Definitely.
I see it like that. Users expect to be able to access the content by any device, and a good backend system should make this possible. In one IBM study, there is a number of 60% of users that use multiple devices to watch videos, and this is actually highlighting the importance of the cross-device compatibility.
Uh, that's right. I mean, cross-device compatibility is critical, and it ties into another essential aspect of a good backend system, which is also security.
Oh yeah, the security.
Yeah, with the rise of online piracy and hacking, it's essential that the backend system protect user data and content. Again, mm, according to a report by Markets and Markets, the global video encryption market is projected to reach 4.6 billion by 2025, which is a solid proof of how important video security actually is.
That's right. I think that a good backend system should have multiple layers of security to protect, on one side, user data, but also the content.
You know what they say, security is a no joke. Speaking of jokes, do you know what a backend system and a magician have in common?
No, what is?
They both know how to keep their secrets safe and sound.
Good one, good one.
A bit nerdy joke, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, moving on. What would you like to point out in regards to the backend service expectations?
Hmm, good question. Uh, what we see actually is the following. As the end users are becoming more demanding, the more demanding are also the operators. So if we think about that, I think it's essential for backend systems to meet their expectation. Having that in mind, of course, this personalized content recommendation, cross devices compatibility are on the one side becoming a norm, and a good backend system can deliver on these expectations.
Yes, I definitely agree that good backend system can deliver on these expectations. And of course, these expectations can help an OTT IPTV platform to stand out from the competition.
Yeah, yeah, we always have to have the competition in mind. Yeah.
That's right. And it's not just about meeting user expectations. With the good backend system, it's possible to reduce costs for both ITT or IPTV providers.
Mm. And it's not just about the cost reduction. It can also help IPTV or OTT providers reduce costs by analyzing user behavior and identifying areas where content delivery costs can be reduced without sacrificing the user experience. It's hard, but it is possible.
Yes. And then on the other hand, a good backend system can also help providers increase revenue by providing targeted advertising and promotional offers to users. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, by analyzing user data, providers can create more effective marketing campaigns. And let me just revert to what we mentioned before. Maybe we didn't touch base on that point in a bit more detail, but a good backend system that allows you to track both user behavior and provide you with ample uh, information. You
Mm-hmm.
know, a good analytical system is, you know, it's one of the crucial points of the whole system. Maybe not from the user experience point of view, but for managing the service, which in the end is
Mm-hmm.
just as important, because you can have the best service in the world, but if you're not able to manage the service properly, uh, it's very unlikely that the service will be successful. So yeah, I mean, this is where backend is really important, because it gives all the necessary, it should be giving all the necessary tools to the operator in order to run the service properly. So yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to revert to that point. But yeah,
Yeah.
let's dive into one more crucial point that you mentioned earlier, of the flexibility. So
Yeah.
what were you
Mhm.
thinking about when you mentioned flexibility?
Mm. You know, the flexibility is key to stay ahead in the ever evolving OTT IPTV market, because providers usually need to adapt quickly to changing user preferences, because they are always considering some other things. And having that in mind, with the technological advancements and of course the new business models, you have to think ahead, and you have to be very flexible to make it work.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, and the best way to do that is through a backend system that can easily integrate with third-party services and
Hmm.
APIs.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's crucial because with our experience of different clients all over the world using different systems, having a good backend system that can adapt to third-party services API is crucial. So that way, providers can offer new features and services rapidly.
Hmm. Hmm. Flexibility also means supporting different monetization models, because it's it's not only about the technical part, because you have to think about subscription based services, maybe on transactional VOD, or pay-per-view, or the fast, or on this specific ad supported models, which are becoming increasingly popular. So you have to be flexible on that also. Yeah, that
I
this is
agree.
how I see it.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, if if the operator is not able to make money off of their service, then it's not going to last very long
Mm,
again.
mm,
So yeah,
mm,
and let's not forget about handling different types of content. These days,
mm,
IPTV or OTT platforms offer much more than traditional live channels,
mm,
TV shows and movies. They also provide live sports events, even gaming content, and even user-generated content. So there's a plethora of different types of content that's being offered, which requires a really strong backend that can support all
mm.
of that.
That's right. And a good backend system should be able to handle all these types of content and deliver them seamlessly to users. Yeah.
So, providers take note, flexibility is the name of the game.
So invest wisely, folks.
What do you think? How important backend services are to ensure a great user experience?
Oh, extremely, extremely.
But here's the thing, folks. It's not enough to just have a lot of great content. Viewers have high expectations. And if the video is slow to start, buffers frequently, or has low resolution, they'll abandon it in just 4 minutes. I mean, it's the statistics, it's the facts. So bear that in mind when you choose your technology vendor.
Yeah, that is mentioned in that Conviva study, right?
Yes, you're right. So what do you think that means?
I think it means that a good backend engine will keep the service up. It will keep the service stable and will keep the viewers engaged and actually coming back for more. That is the most important thing.
Exactly, and let me just throw in some numbers. I think I could reference
Mm,
additional research here. The Limelight Networks found that a staggering 78% of viewers expect their video content to start playing instantly without any buffering or delays. No pressure, right?
no pressure. You know what they say: no pressure, no diamonds.
You're exactly on point. Yeah. But in all seriousness, a robust backend system is what separates the big players from the rest. It is the foundation that allows it for a seamless user experience. And
Mm,
not to mention that it helps to reduce costs and increase revenue for providers. I mean,
mm.
it's like a brain for the whole structure and system.
And let's face it, we all want to make some money, right?
Oh, you're right. You're right. I mean, uh, exactly. That's the name of the game. So, but you know what also crossed my mind? I
Yeah.
mean, general stability and the ability to have everything under control. Generally,
Mm,
to have a
yeah.
good
Yeah.
night's sleep, it is extremely important to
Hmm.
continuously monitor and update your backend system.
Hmm.
Uh, think of it as a car. You wouldn't expect it to run smoothly forever without maintenance, right?
Exactly. Mm.
Mm, yeah.
Investing in your backend system is not a one-time expense. It continues process. It is a continuous process that requires attention and resources, especially in times where technology is constantly evolving and user expectations, as mentioned before, are rising. So it's basically crucial to keep up with the competition. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And if you don't keep up, you risk losing market share to competitors who can offer a
Mm,
better user experience. I mean,
mm,
nobody wants to lose customers because of outdated technology. So, partnering with experienced backend service providers is a smart move. If you work with a company like, for example, Unicast, you can use their expertise, knowledge, and resources to allow yourself to stay ahead of the game.
exactly. It is important that you work with someone that can help you implement and maintain a backend system that is high performing, that is scalable, and of course secure. And that's exactly what your users demand. You know what we haven't mentioned yet. One of the coolest trends shaping the OTT and IPTV market, but especially OTT market, the rise of cloud-based backend systems. I think it's something which is growing and growing. What do you think?
Oh, definitely, definitely, you're right. And they're essentially the backbone of any OTT IPTV platform. It's
Mm,
even better when they handle all the complex behind the scenes work like video encoding, content management, and user authentication somewhere in a cloud.
mm, that's a good point. If you ask me, what makes cloud-based backend systems so awesome? Well, for starters, uh, they're super flexible and scalable, which means if you're an operator, you can quickly adjust resources based on demand. And perhaps best of all, operators and providers don't need to worry about on a daily basis about maintaining their own hardware or software, since everything is managed by the cloud provider.
Plus, cloud systems usually offer better reliability and uptime because they can leverage
Mhm.
redundant architectures and failover mechanisms.
Yeah, if you're thinking, wow, that sounds too good to be true, actually, it's not. According to the report by Grand View Research, the global cloud-based OTT IPTV market in the next 5 years is expected to grow annually at the rate of almost 16%. So I think it's a
Yep.
good
Yeah,
number.
that's a good number, definitely. I mean, the driving factors behind this growth would include cost savings, scalability, and ease of deployment. Basically it's a win-win situation for providers and customers.
I think that we can say that cloud-based backend systems are the future of OTT platforms.
I couldn't agree more, and we can expect to see more and more providers jumping on the board in the coming years.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, we didn't want to keep this edition of our streaming chunks too long, so it's time to wrap up today's discussion. But before we go, let's recap some of the key takeaways we've covered.
That's right. First things first, if you want to provide your users with a seamless experience, reduced costs, and increased revenue, you should have a solid backend system, and that is an absolute must.
And secondly, it's not enough to just set it up and forget about it. Providers need to continuously monitor and update their backend systems to keep up with the changing market conditions and user expectations. And remember, for that, you need a good partner that will provide you a 24/7 support and always uh, be there to help the operator out whenever something happens. And
Mm.
things do happen. Don't forget about that.
And if you are feeling a little lost in the world of backend systems, partnering with experienced service providers can give you the upper hand you need.
Exactly, exactly. We're thinking the same thing. And let's not forget about the rise of cloud-based backend systems. If you're still hanging onto your old on-premise solutions, it might be time to switch over and enjoy the benefits of the cloud.
Yeah, that is the future. If you're not on board, you'll get left behind.
Yeah, or even worse, you might be stuck with outdated tech and bad Wi-Fi. Nobody wants that.
Nobody, definitely. So to sum up, a good backend system is crucial. Keep it up to date. Consider partnering with service providers that are excellent at their expertise, and of course, embrace the cloud.
And with that, we're at the end of today's podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, folks.
Yeah, we hope you found this episode valuable and informative, and of course funny. But don't worry, we'll be back soon with even more insights in the world of OTT IPTV technology.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it was valuable, informative, funny. We'll work on that definitely. And hey, if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes, feel free to let us know in the comments below. We're always happy to hear from our listeners.
Yeah, so until next time, stay curious, stay updated, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you later.
All right. Bye bye, folks. See ya.